research entitled Meta-Analysis on ICT-Based Education of South Korea, focusing on ICT literacy. But before we proceed to our proper presentation, allow us to introduce ourselves first. My name is Glenn T. Aslava.
I am Siti Fatima Yudaida. I am Lasan Code.
I am Deborah.
I am Galimari Bainat Seranya.
I am Jana Mianes.
I am Yasmin Bao.
I am Veronica Joyce Tigunsi and our co-member Clarice Segura.
And Novi Villanueva.
So, good morning everyone. So, you can read the abstract.
Fostering an interactive and personalized learning environment. The study explores trends in ICT.
How advanced the South Korea in terms of ICT. So, it focuses on the information related to the students in South Korea. This research underscores the need for targeted intervention to reach the digital skills gap and ensure that all students benefit from this education. So, next please.
Information and communication technology with education has evolved gradually over the years, driven by advancement in technology, educational needs, and policy initiatives. South Korea successfully integrated ICT global leader and digital learning. The process of integrating ICT in education in South Korea has been systematic, comprehensive, involving various initiatives and policies. The use of information and communication technologies for the benefits of environment favors the development of sustainable education, which will help to train more responsible and aware students. The management of educational technology in the context of technology events and sustainable development of humanity. South Korea is widely regarded as a global leader in information and communication technology based education, driven by the country's commitment to technological innovations and educational excellence. Over the past few decades, South Korea has invested heavily in integrating ICT into its educational system, from primary school to university. So the integration of ICT in education has progressed fueled by advancement in technology involving educational needs and policy initiatives. South Korea stands out as a global leader in this field, with a well-planned and comprehensive approach to incorporating ICT across its education system. The use of ICT is not only for enhancing teaching and learning, but also promote sustainable education, preparing students to be more environmental aware and responsible. By investing in ICT, South Korea aims to improve its educational curriculum, advance science and technology, and adapt to the fast-changing demands of the global economy and society.
Good morning, everyone. For the SOP, or Statement of Products, we have question number 1. What are the most effective instructional strategies for teachers to reach the ICT literacy gap between high-performing and low-performing students? The second question is, how can schools ensure equitable access to digital resources, particularly for students with limited access outside of the classroom? For the third question, we have, what factors contribute to the disparities in ICT literacy among students in South Korea, and how can interventions be targeted to improve proficiency for lower performing students? For the number 4, how does the socioeconomic status of students affect their ICT literacy performance, and what policies can be implemented to ensure equitable access to digital tools and learning opportunities? And for the last, number 5, what are the most impactful
Pedagogy.
Pedagogical approaches for enhancing both basic and advanced ICT skills among students.
So in the article of Chong Se-yong and Guy Bang-yung, 9.7% perform excellent in the ICT literacy, 22.1% perform average, 60.4% perform basic, and 7.8% perform poor. And in article of DS and John K. 2024, 19.8% perform excellent, 40.5% perform average, 36.5% perform basic, and 3.2% perform poor. And in the article of Park H. Team and Park H. 2021, 22.2% perform excellent, 31% perform average, 40% perform basic, and 6.8% perform poor. And in the article of Wang I 2020, 6.3% perform excellent, 31.4% perform average, and 57.8% perform basic, and 4.5% perform poor. Then in our appendix, we have solved the total number of students who perform the level of performance. So it said that in my previous presentation, I have said that in the article of Chung Se-yong and Guy Bang-yung is 9.7% perform excellent, so it has 3 students. It represents the 3 students, and we recalculated it by this. This is our step that on how we calculated it. Total percentage is 100, then the 9.7% is the performance percentage. Then the answer is the remaining percentage. So next is the total population is 30. Then the remaining percentage we subtracted in, and the answer is 2.9% or 3 students. That's and we did it so on and so forth. So with the 7 students is perform average, and 18 perform basic, and 2 perform poor is equals to the total number of respondents is 30. Then in B and John J 2024, 104 perform excellent, then 213 perform average, and 191 perform basic, and 17 students perform poor. Overall, the 525 number of respondents. Then in Park H Team and Park HW 2021, 28 perform excellent, 40 perform average, 51 perform basic, and 9 perform poor. So overall number of respondents is 128. Then in Wang I 2020, 11 students perform excellent, 15 7 perform average, 105 perform basic, and 8 students perform poor. Overall number of respondents is 181. And that's for conclusion and recommendation.
Now we're here for our conclusion and recommendation for our meta-analysis in ICT base of South Korea. Here's our conclusion. The meta-analysis shows that while South Korea has made significant strides in integrating ICT into education through initiatives like smart education, disparities in ICT literacy perform persistent, a substantial proportion of students are still at the basic proficiency level, with only a minority achieving excellent performance. This indicates that while ICT-based education has potential, there are challenges in ensuring that all students have equal opportunities to develop their digital skills, further target interventions, especially aimed at those in the low-performing categories, are necessary to close the gap and ensure more equitable access to ICT resources and effective pedagogical support. And here are our recommendations for teachers. Given the varying levels of ICT proficiency among students, teachers should tailor their instruction to address both high-performing and struggling students, utilizing adaptive learning platforms and personalized assessment can help bridge this gap. Next is to students. Students should take an active role in developing their ICT skills by participating in digital learning activities, participating outside of classroom hours, and utilizing e-textbooks and other online resources to improve proficiency. And for the future researchers should explore how socioeconomic status affect ICT literacy and access to resources. This could inform policy change that ensure equitable distribution of digital tools and opportunities across various demographics.